What's good, family? What's good, family? It's your boy, Urban Sports Guru. Want to hit y'all with my picks for week 3. Last week was a good week. Want to hit y'all with my picks for week 3. Starting off, we have the Bears versus the Falcons. Now, y'all know I like the Bears. I like everything about them except for Mitchell Trubisky. Y'all know how much I like the Falcons. And I said they would win 11 games this year if their defense would just show up and be adequate, because I knew offensively they'll be what you're seeing them being. The defense can't stop a cold. They just can't. The problem is they're going to score a certain amount of points, and Mitchell Trubisky, the Bears will be able to run the football. That's what's been helping out Mitchell Trubisky this year. They've been running the football. He had 2 picks in the game against my Giants in the second half, but they weren't his fault interceptions. He's going to get credit for them, but they weren't his fault. One was a tip drill. The guy should have caught it. The other one, Bradbury just made an amazing play. That's not his fault. So I'm going to go with the Falcons. They give them 3 because I just don't think the Bears can keep up with them offensively. Then you got the Rams versus the Bills. This is going to be a great football game. Great football game. Both teams are kind of stacked on both sides of the ball. D-line, corners, 2 of the best corners in the league. We got Aaron Donald, best defensive player in the league. And Ed Oliver drafted on the other side, drafted to hopefully become Aaron Donald. Josh Allen is really balling right now. He's really balling right now. Then you have quarterback in LA. He's playing well because they're giving him a running game, and Sean McVay's doing very well. Both teams, I really like the direction they're going in. I'm going to give an edge to the Rams. In a pick'em game, I'm giving the edge to the Rams. I'm giving the edge to the Rams because they've been good on the road these last 3 years, and they're just the more experienced team. Next, we have Washington, the Browns. Washington defensively, especially their front four, is very good. Their front line is very good, as I told you it would be. But they can't really score. But they're going against a Cleveland defense that does not defend the run very well. And Cleveland's going to want to run the football. If they could just defend the run adequately, put Baker in more passing situations. But Washington has real issues in the secondary, particularly at corner. And you got to go against Jarvis Landry. You got to go against Odell Beckham. It's not a good recipe. I like Cleveland. Then you have the Titans versus the Vikings. Zimmer's fucking around might end up getting fired because I think they're going to go over 0-3. Yes, Kirk Cousins isn't playing well, but the Vikings are too talented, and it seems like you can't get consistency out of them. Last year they had it, but the year before they didn't have it. And it's always something with this team under Zimmer. And with all the talent on the team, this was supposed to be the year they really pushed for a Super Bowl. Just paid Dalvin Cook. You just paid Dalvin Cook, and look at it. I understand they didn't pay Linval Joseph. No coincidence. You don't pay Linval Joseph, all of a sudden you can't stop the run. Now you've got Derrick Henry coming to town. I'm just saying. I'm taking the Titans. Then you got the Raiders versus the Pats. Raiders cost me some money last week. Fuck y'all. But now you're playing against Bill Belichick and Cam Newton. And you're not playing against a dead-on quarterback. You're not playing against someone just want to dink and dunk. And you're not playing against... Cam's coming the ball. Cam's got something to prove. And that Raider defense is really not good. It's really not good right now. It just isn't. Taking the Pats. And you got the 49ers versus the Giants. Feel sorry for the 49ers. They just lost so many guys due to injury. Yes, we lost Saquon, and that hurts. It's a 2-year injury. Hopefully he could bounce back like Adrian Peterson, God willing. But they lost Bosa. They lost Thomas. They lost Tevin Coleman. They probably still got enough to beat my Giants, though. Probably do still have enough to beat my Giants. Giants are work in progress. I like what Joe Judge is trying to build. I think once he gets something, some iota of positivity, then the steamroll things are going to start rolling because they have talents, particularly on the offensive side. They have some talent. I like what they went and got the Devontae Freeman. That makes sense, but they need some kind of something positive to start steamrolling because once all this accountability is happening and nothing positive is happening, it's not going to work. Eventually, the work they're putting in, they will be rewarded. It may just not come this week. I want to see it come this week, but it might not. 49ers are still a stacked team. I'm going with the 49ers. Cincinnati versus Philly. I told y'all Philly's not going to be that good this year. Injuries and Carson Wentz is just regressing. They do still have enough to beat Cincinnati because outside of Joe Burrow, A.J. Green, Nixon, they don't have a real good football team. Houston versus Pittsburgh. I want to put this for my lock, but I just don't trust Pittsburgh offensively. And Houston is not going to continue to be this bad. I expect them to be average, but not this bad. But I still think Pittsburgh's going to win. The Jets versus Indy. The only question is, will the Indianapolis Colts cover the spread? I have no question in my mind that they'll win. Nothing to talk about. Carolina versus the Chargers. I think this is where Carolina gets their first win. People forget how talented the Chargers are. Let's not forget how talented the Chargers are. Shout out to Justin Herbert. He looked great in this start last week. Nearly should have, if the coach Anthony Lynn went for on the fourth down, they probably would have beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Now they get to play at home again against a Carolina team. And against Carolina, and I think they're going to get their Justin Herbert gets his first win. He's going to get his first win against Carolina. Then we got Tampa Bay versus Denver. Tampa's still working their stuff out. They're going to go on the road in Denver and get a win. We got Detroit versus Arizona. That coach in Detroit is going to get fired. And Matthew Stafford is going to end up getting traded. Probably should have did that last year. Sorry to say. Detroit will be 0-3. Arizona's going to go for the win. Dallas versus Seattle. Here's the thing about Seattle. They stopped the run very well. Going to get Zeke coming into town. Problem is, Cowboys got a lot of offensive weapons. They're going to throw it. But now Russell Wilson has the horses to win these shootouts. And he just has free reign. I want to say if Seattle can get enough stops, they're going to get a lot of stops because against the pass, they're no good. They don't rush the passer at all. Very well, they don't. Even last year with Clowney, they were horrible when it comes to getting sacks. And the corners really aren't good. I like the way they're using Jamal Adams, moving him around. And I think that's where he's at his best because center field, that's really not his forte. That's really not his forte. It's not where he's best at. Dallas is going to try to take advantage of him there. But I still like Seattle. Green Bay, New Orleans. Have you seen Aaron Rodgers these first 2 weeks? Have you seen Drew Brees these first 2 weeks? That's my lock for the week. I'm taking Aaron Rodgers. End of story. Drew Brees, you cost me some money last week, so I don't want to make this spiteful, but you're going against Aaron Rodgers this week. The Saints are a superior football team. But I know what I saw. I know what I'm seeing. And I know what I saw looking at Aaron Rodgers. End of story. Last but not least, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. I don't want to make this a comparison about what team is more talented. I think that's obviously the Ravens. And Lamar seems to be making more of a progression. This is where it's more him now, not the system. I got to respect that. But until somebody beats Patrick Mahomes, I'm rolling with Patrick Mahomes. That's my take. It's your boy, Urban Sports Guru, and I'm out. Salute.